An armed robbery in Seattle ends in a shootout with police. When it was over, 3 cops were injured, 1 critically, and the suspect was dead. It was just one of many recent shootings in the Emerald City this year as gun violence has spiked, according to Seattle PD. The rise comes a year after Seattle started taxing every gun and bullet sold in the city, $25 per firearm, up to 5 cents for each round of ammunition. It was billed as a way to defray the cost of gun violence, study the problem, and ultimately reduce the carnage. Dave Workman of the Second Amendment Foundation says the tax is a total failure.
The data is there. It says that the law has failed to prevent what they promised it would prevent.
Since the tax took effect, reports of shots fired are up 26%, shooting injuries climbed 54%, and gun deaths doubled. The tax revenue is funding a University of Washington study looking at ways to reduce repeat gunshot victims.
These individuals are much more likely to come back with other gunshot wounds, to commit subsequent crime, to commit violent crime, or to be murdered.
But the tax is raising much less than advertised. Backers claimed it would bring in between $300,000 and $500,000 a year. The city refused to say what the first-year revenue was, only that it was less than $200,000. Gun dealers believe it's much less. Still, Seattle's paying over $500,000 for the gun study. The bloodshed is up even as gun sales in Seattle plummet. An employee at this sporting goods store says it averages just a few buyers a month. The Precise Shooter store left Seattle and reopened in a neighboring suburb where business is strong. The owner of the lone large gun dealer left in the city told Fox News he has had to lay off 7 employees with gun sales down 60%.
It's a form of gun control, and you know, it's hurting us, it's hurting my employees.
But gun control advocates say be patient.
The causes of gun violence are very complex, and to say that this one study is lacking because it hasn't solved the problem of gun violence in Seattle is frankly laughable.
Seattle police blame the jump in shootings on what plagues every big city: gangs, drugs, and retaliation. Elected leaders who pushed the gun tax declined our numerous requests for an interview.